Good evening, everybody. Welcome to a live taping of the Playlisted podcast. We are so happy to have you guys here. We do ask that during the performances, just keep talking to a minimum. We want to make sure that we can hear the artists. And with that being said, introducing your host of the Playlist podcast, Austin Burke.
How we doing? How we doing? Good to see you guys. This is the biggest show we've had so far, so thank you for coming out. We appreciate it. This is episode number 5. So I feel a little more comfortable. We're starting to figure it out, starting to have some fun, but it's been a really cool journey starting this thing and seeing the guests grow and grow and grow. And tonight you're in for a special treat. We have some of my good buddies here and some people that aren't in the music industry, but they're very successful in the industry that they're in. So it's going to be a fun time. Dean, how you doing, bro? How was your week?
It was good. I didn't really do anything worth mentioning, but it was good. It was a good week.
You always say that. You always say that.
I'll try to be more excited.
You got to have something.
What did I do? No.
Go on any fun dates or anything?
No. I hung out with another bass player, which is like the opposite of a fun date, but it was a good time. We did have a good time.
All right.
We went to Pinewood. Didn't even play bowling or anything. Yeah.
That's crazy. This is Dean Purificato. Everybody give it up for him. Amazing bass player in town. We got Cody Hawkins right here. Running sound. These are two of the most talented people in Nashville and some of my best friends. You're both in my wedding. So,
we were.
We
were. Physically, not mentally.
Anyways, I'm excited for these guests today. It's pretty special. Pretty special night. So everybody, please make a warm welcome for your Tennessee Titans quarterback, Will Levis and Mac Hereford. Let's go. I should have made these chairs, this space bigger. Here, get comfy. You guys are way bigger than me. I'm a country artist. You guys are football players. How we doing? How you guys doing?
Doing good. Good to be out drinking a beer on a Monday night.
That's what's up. That's what Nashville's all about, man. You gotta drink beers on Monday nights, So, Mac, how are you, bro?
Man, I'm living the dream. Here, I'm ready to listen to some good music, hear some good tunes, and with some good people.
I love that. You guys are both in football, and Mac, you're a social media hero, guru, phenom, the GOAT. And so I wanted to have y'all on, and it's I'm gonna explain the show real quick. Basically, we have 6 artists tonight, and they're gonna come up, they're gonna sing a song, and they're gonna try to impress us, and you guys just get to say what you think about their performance. Luckily tonight we have some really good talent. I'm excited. They're really good, and we got 6 people coming up. They're gonna sing their songs, and they got a song to impress us. If they really impress us, they make the A-list, and you guys have the opportunity to
and send them to Hollywood. Right?
Exactly. They get the golden ticket.
You get it.
They get the golden ticket. Well, screw Hollywood. They get to be in Nashville. That's better.
It looks like we're starting with Camryn Gardner.
Yeah. Camryn Gardner, come on up here. We'll get you started. You guys, you feel comfortable up here in front of a stage? I know you typically play in front of a lot more people, but are you nervous?
No, I was telling both these guys earlier, definitely this is a little out of my element. We're in the pregame locker room back there. I was getting myself typed up like it was for a game, but being in Nashville has been really cool, experiencing and seeing, the music community and just how it's been able to just touch so many people across the whole city, and that was new to me, and ever since being here I've been trying to ingrain myself in the culture a little more, so this is a really cool opportunity to do that.
Yeah, no, Nashville's the best, and there's so many talented artists, and I'll say this, music is different than sports. I grew up playing sports. I grew up playing baseball, which is why I get along with athletes a lot better than artists, I think. But a lot of times in sports it's database, right? You run the fastest, you jump the highest, you throw the ball the fastest, whatever it is. And music is subjective. And so it's not all the time that the best artists, gets the biggest platform. And so a lot of times you got people that don't even get a chance because they just don't have maybe enough money or whatever it takes, an investor, whatever, like stupid things. Good social media, like so many things go into it. But it's crazy how sports and music are so different, yet they're so similar. I took a lot of things from baseball and learning how to be on the team and stuff that I put in my music career. So my question for y'all is like, do you see any similarities in artists and music and sports at all?
I would say on the preparation side, the people who prepare the most, whether that's an artist, whether that's an athlete, they're going to have great results. But to your point, I mean, it's crazy because there could be someone like, I love music and I listen to music all the time. And I hear someone and it's like, how does this person not make it and this person does? But I would say in the work ethic, if you want something and you're going to work towards it, work extremely hard, whether that's music and sports, and you're going to have a better chance of making it, obviously.
Yeah, no doubt. I think that the stories that you hear, the come-ups of a lot of these artists, a lot of these athletes who, battled through whatever the minor leagues for 5-6 years before they got their chance at the big leagues, just like these artists that, be bouncing around bar to bar and all of a sudden one day they're up on a Grammy stage. So those stories like that, it goes to show, like what he said, the intangibles that it takes for those individuals to get to that ultimate level. And I think there are a lot of similarities in those areas.
For sure. Well, Camryn, are you ready?
I think so.
All right. Well, we got our first guest up here tonight, Miss Camryn Gardner, and I'm excited. Thank you. By the way, she filled in last minute. We had somebody drop out, so thank you for being here, first of all.
Of course.
Everybody give a warm welcome for our first guest of the night, Miss Camryn Gardner, singing her song, Stages.
Graduation came and went. Said goodbye, I'll see you again. We all went different places. Sam and Zoe stayed and stayed. Caroline got married in May. Years go quick and life was changing. And my mama's asking me when I'm gonna settle down. But I don't plan to keep my feet on the ground. 'Cause day in, day out, spend most of my time downtown. Friends are singing lullabies and I'm playing to a drunk crowd every night. Put a race on their left hands while I'm in the wedding band. No right or wrong, everyone's just trying to make it. We're all on different stages. Save the dates, keep rolling in. Losing a room on the fridge to every invitation. Sometimes you have to pick and choose. Baby showers and I-dos, birthdays and celebrations. And my mama's asking me when I'm gonna settle down. But I don't plan to keep my feet on the ground. 'Cause day in, day out, spend most of my time downtown. Friends are singing lullabies and I'm playing to a drunk crowd every night. Putting rings on their left hands while I'm in the wedding band. No right or wrong, everyone's just trying to make it. We're all on different stages. And we can't all make it to every show, but that don't mean we're not in the front row. But day in, day out, spend most of my time downtown. Friends are singing lullabies and I'm playing to a drunk crowd every night. Rings on their left hands while I'm in the wedding band. No right or wrong, everyone's just trying to make it. We're all on different stages. Stages.
Miss Camryn Gardner. Wow, that's so weird. You just sang that song. I literally was just talking to my wife about how we're in this stage where everybody is in a different stage, and I love how you made it about music and the stage. That was so freaking cool. What a songwriter thing to do of you. Yeah. Where are you from? First of all, where are you from?
I'm from Florence, South Carolina. So
I love that.
If you can't tell.
And what was the inspiration behind that song?
Yeah, so I graduated with one of my best friends from Clemson, and she moved back home and married her high school sweetheart and had a baby, and I didn't. I moved to Nashville. So it just kind of was centered around that and how we're both the same age and we're just very different. But I think it kind of just encompasses like all of your 20s and just having friends in all kinds of different stages of life. So.
I love it. What do you guys think, man?
I loved it. First of all, you got a beautiful voice, Camryn.
Thank
It was really cool hearing that song, and this time of the year, especially after Valentine's Day. I think a lot of people my age saw a lot of that same situation stuff going on, and it got me thinking. And I was actually talking to some of my buddies about my first crush ever in like 4th grade, Valentine's Day. I remember like waiting until the end of the day to give her a Valentine. Her name was Caroline, and she came up in the song, and we were thinking, I was thinking back, like, first crush, whatever, and she's married now. So, like, crazy to think, like, back 4th grade little kid, first crush, now all of a sudden she's married, moving on to that next stage of her life, so very touching.
That was
and hits home.
I love that. I think it hits home for a lot of people. I love that.
Yeah, I would say that similar things to what these guys said. You have an amazing voice. It's really southern and it's genuine, which is cool. In the song, like Austin mentioned, it just like makes a lot of sense because everyone's in different stages. You're not the only one thinking that, pal.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, I mean, especially for us guys, like we're all three of us right here are in different stages of our careers, of our lives, everything that's going on, and I think it's super relatable, and that's my favorite thing about country music, number one, but like what you did is you just made a song that can relate to literally everybody in this room. So it's cool that you wrote it about your friend, but you crushed it. You crushed it. Is that song out yet?
Thanks, y'all. Not yet. Almost. We're working on it.
You're working on it?
Yeah.
Are you trying to record it? Or?
Yes, it's almost done being recorded.
Oh, it is almost done?
Almost done.
Okay. All right. Well, when it's out, it's A-listed. You made the A-list.
Perfect.
Congratulations. First of all, thank you so much for being on, and hope to have you back again. And thanks for filling in last minute. We appreciate that. You crushed it. Very
y'all.
relatable
Thank you so
song.
much.
Super awesome. Miss Camryn Gardner, give it up for her, everybody. Come on. All right. How did y'all get connected? How do you know each other? Because I'm going to preface this. Everybody that I know either knows Mac. Well, first of all, everybody knows Mac. Like, everybody knows Mac. But I want to know how y'all got connected. Because I know that you guys kind of got connected when you moved to town.
Yeah, so we actually got connected before I got drafted here. We played a bowl game, our last game at Kentucky, Music City Bowl here in Nashville. And I wasn't playing in the game. I was with my family. We were looking for just things to do throughout the week. And through another friend, connected me with Mac. Said, Mac knows everybody. Mac knows everything about the town. He'll get you right. So we had a great couple of days. He showed me around town. And then, a few months later, I ended up getting drafted here. So I already had a built-in friend. And, things just kind of took off from there. But we've been on a lot of adventures together, had a lot of fun, and already made some great memories.
I would like to add this. We've also played a lot of golf, and I've been the victor in a lot of those golf matches.
I was about to say, I don't know if he asked for some fun facts. I was going to say, I don't know if I've ever seen you hit a green on a par 3. So.
Oh, whoa. Okay, calm down, pal. You can check my bank account after the rounds I've played with you. But, yeah, no, it's been awesome knowing Will. And like you said, I met him before he got into town. And then it was a full circle when he got in town. Just reached out, and I was like, awesome. Like, I've met this guy before, and built a great friendship, and it's been awesome having you here in Nashville.
Did someone introduce you, or you just met each other through?
I had a friend. I was training, and he was out in California, and I just asked if he knew anybody in Nashville, and connected me with Mac.
That's awesome. Mac, you're golf, dude. First time we'll just talk about that for a second. The first time I met Mac was on the golf course. Ooh, we got a little feedback. First time I met Mac was on the golf course, and I don't even know. I think it was like hole 14. He gave up, He was like, screw this. He was getting pissed, and he went behind the hole and was getting golf balls and came out with like 35 golf balls. And we were playing at a really nice course, so he had like all these, Pro V1s and all that.
Whoa, we need to correct the story.
You've gotten a lot
I did
better.
not give up on the whole day of golf. I gave up on that hole, and I didn't really technically give up. My ball had been hit OB so many times that you might as well call it quits at the hole. But yes, I did find a lot of Titleists and Pro V1s and stuff like that. Continue, Austin.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
You didn't mention how we made that bet on the last hole and who won that.
What was the bet? Remind me. I don't remember.
I think I had Camryn is out here somewhere. But we were playing, I was obviously you are a lot better than I was. I think it was like my second time golfing at the point that I was playing with you guys and somehow competing. But we were hitting a couple of shots, and I had a thing of Skittles in my bag, and I bet them, and then I was betting anything and everything I could find. Last hole, y'all gave me 4 or 5 strokes, and I came out victorious.
Are you a big bettor?
Yeah. I don't know if you would call it big. I love betting on the golf course. It brings my energy up, my vibes.
What do you like about betting?
I liked it, you already have competition when you're in a bet, but then it puts something a little bit more on it. So for a competitive person such as myself, it's and then especially, so that's betting if we're playing golf. But if I'm watching sports, it's something to get me more into the game. I feel like I'm a part of it. You know what I mean? And so it makes me watch it differently and get more excited when people make plays because I'm making investments,
I actually have a deep, are you allowed to bet? Not on football, obviously, but are you
I'm
allowed
not
to
a
bet
big
on other
gambler,
sports?
but we're not allowed to bet on anything with the NFL. I think college football is fair game. Everything else is fine though too. And then we have other weird stipulations. I'm in a fantasy league, and I think the winner can't get more than $250 or something, $250.
Really?
I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna search through our Venmos and figure that out.
Crazy,
but
bro.
yeah.
Well, your league is happy. Then they're let's go. Second place gets more than first place if you win.
Be a good loop.
Are there any other weird rules like that people don't know
Can't
about
step
about
in
the
a
NFL?
can't step in a sports book at all during the season. So if you're on a bye week and you're in Vegas, and for some reason if someone sees you in a sports book, communicating whatever collusion, no.
Is that
can't
Johnny
do that.
Manziel's fault? Probably.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I know he has some good times in there though.
If I had to bet on that, that's what I would bet on.
Other weird things though. I don't know. I had a weird one happen actually. So how the drug testing policy works is interesting. So anytime, wherever you are, 365 days a year, they can test you for steroids. And I was at a bachelor party in Miami a couple weeks ago, and you have to put in your travel on this website, wherever you are, whenever. I told them I was landing at 10 a.m. in Miami. I got a call at 10:15 in Miami on the plane still. Hey, I'm coming to your door tomorrow morning. So that was an interesting first morning of bachelor trip experience.
And is that a drug test or is that just for steroids?
Yeah, PEDs, stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So they're not testing for anything else,
Yeah, so there's different tests for different substances, but that's the one that they can do year round whenever.
I was about to say they're anybody going to Miami, we're testing for cocaine right now. That's crazy. That's so fucked up if that's the case. Oh man, you can say who it is too.
Oh, wait.
Is that just a business card?
Oh. I was about to say, all of them have the business card name on there.
This is your drink, by
So
the
I was
way.
like, holy cow, they're all the same. It's a little bit stressful. Chandler James.
Oh, Chandler, come on up, Chandler. How you guys feeling out there? You guys doing good? This is not your average writers round, you know what I mean? It's a little bit different, I know, but I think it's a good vibe, and hopefully you guys can meet each other and hang out with each other. That's my goal, That's the best part about Nashville is getting to meet people and get to know people, and so. Anyways, I want to take a quick second to thank our sponsor, Picker. Picker is the best new app on the App Store. It's for musicians, it's for artists, it's for bass players, for fiddle players, which we're going to have up here later. If you own a recording studio by chance, it's amazing for you. But it's kind of like Airbnb, but it's for artists, it's for musicians, and you basically go on there and you pick your team, you pick your team, your fantasy football team, really, of artists, songwriters. If you want to go in the studio and record your hit song, you got to have the best guitar player, the best bass player, the best drummer, and Picker provides that for you. So shout out to them. Thank you for sponsoring this podcast and being a part of it. So shout out to Picker real quick. You guys are awesome. All right, couple random questions for you as Chandler gets ready here. Have Have you ever? Because you guys play. How long have you played football, Mac? Like, when did you start?
I started at like 5 or 6 years old.
When did you start?
I think 7 or 8. Yeah, fourth grade.
So a lot of years of football. Did you ever see someone get hit so hard they shit their pants?
Ooh, I've seen shit in pants on the field, but I've never seen it happen.
What? What level did you see that?
I was college. Yeah, it was college. I mean, it's just one of those things where, it is what it is, and you got to just move forward.
Was it the center?
I think it was a D lineman. Yeah, it was a D lineman.
Okay. Imagine, dude, that would suck if the center shit his pants and you had to like.
I've heard some horror stories.
Really?
About, yeah. Like,
can you tell us about that? You don't need to name names.
Well, this isn't that, but my coach in college, he was with the Niners, and Alex Mack, who's a All-Pro. I don't know if he'll be a Hall of Famer, but he's very close to doing that. And sweatiest guy ever, from what I've heard. Like, he went through multiple pairs of pants, like, in a game. So, like, in between quarters. Because whoever it was, Jimmy or whoever, was getting underneath there, and just, like, my hand's drenched by the time I'm getting the ball. So, having to literally change pants during a game because of how much you sweat,
like
it's stuff you don't think about. Yeah.
That's tough. What about you, Matt? You ever seen anything crazy like that?
I've gotten hit that hard before where I couldn't see.
You shit your pants?
Did not shit my pants.
Oh.
If I had the brain left to do it, I probably would have. But I've seen it before too at the college level. A guy couldn't go off the field. During practice, he was so dedicated, and Coach Saban, I don't think he allowed bathroom breaks, and this guy just let it rip in the pants and kept on practicing. I respected it. I was like, dang, this guy's got a lot of determination. I would have just left the field.
Wow. That dude's the shit. God, that's wild. All right, we're going to talk a little bit more about that in a second. We got our second regular of the show. He played last week and impressed me so much. Not only was he A-listed, he also became a regular and one of the coolest voices you're going to hear in Nashville. Give it up for Chandler James singing his song Tailspin.
If you can hear me, please throw me a line. There's no light down here, I'm fighting blind. I can't tell you which way is up. I don't know which direction I'm coming from, 'cause I'm stuck in a tailspin. Won't you please come get me out? I'm tired of rambling and drowning in self-doubt. I'm stuck in a tailspin. Won't you please come help me out? There's gotta be a way, I'm so afraid. I gotta find a way out of this tailspin. I don't know when it all began. They always start so slow, you don't even know you're falling. It's too late when you finally realize the hold's too strong, you'll never make it out alive. I'm stuck in a tailspin. Won't you please come get me out? I'm tired of rambling and drowning in self-doubt. I'm stuck in a tailspin. Won't you please come get me out? There's gotta be a way, I'm so afraid. I gotta find a way out of this tailspin. I'm stuck in a tailspin. Won't you please come get me out? Tired of rambling and drowning in self-doubt. I'm stuck in a tailspin. Won't you please help me out? There's gotta be a way. I'm so afraid. I gotta find a way out of this tailspin. Out of this tailspin. All right.
Chandler James, everybody. Wow.
Where do you hit the A-lister or the button?
Dude, I hit it last
golden
week.
buzzer.
I hit it last week. He's a regular, so which means he gets to come back whenever he wants. It's like the golden ticket. Dude, amazing song. I love it. It was different than last week, but it showed a little side of you that I want to get to know a little bit more. What was the inspiration behind that one, and how'd you come up with that?
Yeah, so I had one of those, like, not a panic attack, but like one of those nights where you can't sleep and you're just up fighting demons all night. And I wrote it at like 3 a.m. all by myself, and it's my least favorite song I've ever written. And my producer loves it, says it's my best song ever, so he made me cut it. It'll be out this year at some point, but I still despise that song, but I play it everywhere because he loves it so much. He's like, that's your best song.
Isn't that what you asked for? Didn't he ask you to play
I told you, I said play something that makes you scared, play something that makes you nervous, and you did that. And
Let's go.
I'm proud of you. Yeah, that was great. No, seriously, it's easy to get up here and play a song that you're comfortable with. It's hard to get up here and play a song that you're uncomfortable with. And I'm going to tell you something. That song really, really connected with me. And I think it's something not a lot of artists talk about, not a lot of people talk about. We all want to be on this stage and be the big dog and be the quarterback and be the alpha male and whatever it is, because that's what you got to be as an artist. But I'm going to be honest with you, bro. Like, the last year for me personally has been like the hardest year ever for music. And I think a lot of artists go through that. And I just want you to know, I know you might not like that song because it doesn't portray you in the way you want to be portrayed, but that song is going to connect with a lot of people.
I hope so. I mean, I hope it makes a lot of money.
Well, there comes the alpha, and you fucking asshole. There you go. I hope it makes a lot of money, but I'm really sensitive, and I wrote it at 2 a.m. Fucking dick. You're a regular. I can talk to you like that. No, dude, seriously, that was very sensitive of you, but like, I love it. I love it. You don't like to show that side of it. Why don't you like to show that side of you?
I don't know.
What do you
Who
mean?
likes to talk about their early morning panic
you don't
attacks
know?
in public?
Fair.
All right. What did you guys think?
I loved it. I mean, such a hearty, soulful voice. I mean, really, really cool. I thought what I took from it too. I was looking at your facts here. I see that you're a vinyl collector and you do some rebuildings of cars. Are those kind of the things that you look to do when you find yourself in that spot? And like, how do you kind of pull yourself out of those areas and get yourself back to neutral?
Well, I don't know, man. Those square bodies will kind of put you in the dark spot sometimes because everything's like $4,000 every time you touch it. But yeah, no, man. I got to 1980s Silverados and I love them. One of them leaves me stranded on the side of the road every other time I drive it.
I saw you the other day. Were you on the?
I did. I broke down on I broke down here. I moved it out here with me, and I broke down one day on the side of the road, and there was nowhere to like pull off, so I just jumped the curb and like sat on the sidewalk until AAA got there, and the cop there was a cop pulled over, and he was like, "You can't like park your truck there." I was like, "I know that. Like I didn't park it here and just stand beside it for fun." But
he's
anyway.
like, cool truck though, bro.
Yeah, he's like, it's sweet. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's on the side of the road. Like, it sucks. But I like it.
That's awesome.
I love it.
I would say one of the things I noticed the most is, one, the song's incredible. Love it. I think,
thank you, man.
Like Austin said, a lot of people can relate to that, especially myself. I mean, there's been nights where I've stayed up and I've been, I don't stop thinking.
Yeah.
But also, the way you sing it is effortless. Like, you just look so natural up there singing it that it's great. You're talking rather than singing, you know what I mean?
I was going to say that too, like you said. I mean, performing that type of song, would you say it's a little more uncomfortable for you on stage, like compared to another song that you more vibe with?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I think, a lot of people talk about musicians, and you can tell, like, when the writers sing their own songs that it means more to them and stuff. So I feel like when you do originals, you can tell, like, when it connects to the person singing it, whether it connects to somebody else or not. But, if you go to a writer's round at any place in Nashville and see this guy that wrote some big hit. Like, you can tell that it means more to him than the guy that cut it and put it out, and made it a hit. Sometimes.
For sure.
Not all the time.
What was in that moment, what was kind of giving you a panic attack? Like, what were you going through at the moment that you wrote that song?
I don't know. I drank a lot, so sometimes I just get panic attacks, but I can't even remember, man. I wrote that song like a year and a half ago. Probably a girl, they tend to do that.
Chandler, we're gonna have a long-standing relationship where we get to know each other a little bit more, and I'm gonna keep asking uncomfortable questions because I love how uncomfortable you get when I ask these questions.
But you handled them well.
No, you do handle them well, but we're gonna break this barrier. I feel like your therapist.
What gives you panic attacks,
dude? Everything. Yeah. This industry we're in, the disappointment in my mom and dad's face. My wife and son, and I got another son on the way, trying to provide diapers and give them food on the table. I mean, it's heavy shit, and we don't like to talk about it, but it's real. You want to, as a man, you want to be that guy. You want to be that dude that provides. But unfortunately, our careers are like this. It's not a fluid state. It's fairy dust, as my favorite movie, The Wolf of Wall Street, would say. It's
Are they talking about the same thing?
It's mustard shit, right?
That's what they were looking for in Miami.
Yeah, they were looking for your mustard shit. Yeah. But no, I mean, and guys, like in sports too, you have highs and you have lows, and I think his song, like, did you connect in any way with like how it can just be? On one day you're on top of the world, the next you're just like, what the fuck am I doing? Why did I choose this? I should have been an accountant like all my buddies, And the Stages song, we should have been in a different stage, maybe. That's what I think sometimes. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, 100%. I think that you can look at it two ways. You can look at it like what we just talked about with how undulant our pads are, but at the same time, I think we got to be grateful for having those low points, because every time you have one of those, it seems like, I don't know about you, but next time I have one, I kind of have an idea of how I'm going to handle it, how I'm going to get myself out of it. And I kind of came to terms as I got older, and a few years ago when I started like developing as a person, as a player, and realized that the longer you are in those states, the longer it's going to take you from getting to where you want to go. So not that you can't take your time to understand what you're going through, but I do feel like all the times that I've hit that point in my career, it's made the next time I get to that same point or a lower point easier to come out of.
Somebody told me something very similar to that one time. The longer it takes to get to the top, the longer it'll take to get to the bottom. And a lot of times you see these guys that shoot to the top real quick, and they have a quick downfall. And so you just got to trust that process, trust the work you're putting in. And Chandler, I'm pumped for you, dude. And I hope everybody that's a fan of this podcast is watching tonight here at the Greenlight Bar, but also when we air this, I hope that you dive into his music and get to know him as a person, as a man, because you got some good shit to say. So I'm excited to have you, Ro. Yeah. Thank you for being on here. Chandler James, everybody. Max going to go take a piss and drop his mic on the ground. That was the smoothest exit I've ever seen.
Hey, you didn't let me talk there at the end of it. What I wanted to say is...
What did you want to say?
You don't write songs like that unless you've been in a tailspin. So I'd say there's something beautiful about the fact of being in those hard times. You get to write things like that. Chandler loved it.
True.
Going to the bathroom now.
Yeah. While he's gone, we're going to go around the room and everyone say the last panic attack you had and why.
God. Yeah, Dean, when was your last panic attack?
It's been a minute. I had a little one with you on the road one day at an airport. Yeah. There's a lot of gummies involved, so I've learned my lesson. So
I actually told...
we're good now.
I was talking to a flight attendant with Southwest. I told her that story.
Yeah.
Because,
I just stood in the back of the plane for
also,
an hour.
you got escorted off the plane for
vaping. Yeah, I was a different person a couple of years ago, but not that different. Yeah. Jeez. I was literally I don't vape anymore, but I was vaping on the plane, and Cody's yelling at me that I'm going to get in trouble. And I'm like, dude, they never check. And I'm like blowing it in his face, and the girl just sits next to me. She goes, you guys know that vaping's not allowed in the airplane, right? And I'm like, yeah, that's me. Cody's dying, which I was asking for. Yeah. And then they escorted me off the plane.
Yeah. You got marshaled off.
And then the cops thought I had destroyed like a smoke detector in the bathroom. They let me go, which was good.
Crazy. Will, you want to grab the next name, man?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Oops.
Yeah. Heart Hotel.
Heart Hotel, come on up here. So, you're originally from Connecticut, which my boy Dean is also from Connecticut. I know I mentioned this to you earlier, but how is the I guess change of location been? You're now in the South. Obviously, you went to college in Kentucky, but how has it been being in Nashville and being in the South, and how different is it from the East Coast and being in Connecticut?
No, it's been awesome. I went to school first, my undergrad, to Penn State, and then I went to Kentucky, and now down in Nashville. So I joke that I'm like slowly creeping my way further and further south. So it's been really cool getting to know just the changing culture. You really do feel that. I feel like once you get down into that like Kentucky area, even though I call it more Midwest than SEC country, but it's been awesome. I'll stick with the music side of things too. I mean, we're really New York influenced, so I grew up listening to like hip hop, like rap, a little bit of country. Kind of getting into college, I listened to more and more country, but then like Kentucky and then Nashville, like country, and having that kind of, I think how you listen to music and how music plays a role in your life, or it plays a bigger role in your life than what you might think. And it's been cool getting to know the people in the industry and getting to know the music.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw you. I saw a little post with you and Ernest. He's one of your buddies. Do you have anybody else in the music or country scene that you hang out with or that you became friends with since you joined the Titans?
Yeah, I had two funny stories with Ernest and Hardy. I'll go back to college for Hardy, and we were at Bell's Cocktail House in Lexington, Kentucky, if anyone knows. And we're sitting up there. He's got a little section. I didn't know who he was. I misheard somebody said that he was Morgan's like manager, and I went up to him and I was like, hey, like, you know, welcome to Lexington, yada yada. We started hitting it off, started talking music. I was like insinuating that he was like Morgan's manager, and he had to like sit me down, but he's like, hey man, like I make music myself actually. and so that was like 4 years ago, and then when I got to Nashville, we reconnected. So him and Kaylee are friends, and how I met Ern was I was on a flight to Boston, and some company flew me out, so I was there in first class, and someone sits down next to me, and they recognize me, shakes his hand, whatever. I knew who Ernest was, but I didn't recognize him like right at first. And he's just coming at me, asking me all these Titans questions, like how's the season going, how's it looking, like what yada yada yada. And kind of talking my ear off a little bit. I get to know him a little more and find out that he's an artist, and he's been a close friend of mine. We're going to the Preds game on Saturday together, so looking forward to it.
That's so cool, man. Yeah, I mean, two of the best songwriters, now artists in Nashville. That's pretty cool. They are like, talk about a journey. I saw Hardy. I was signed to Thomas Rhett a few years ago, his publishing company, and I was on a bus with TR and saw this guy, and I was like, who is this guy? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're like, are you Morgan Wallen's manager? I don't know. And he like blew up from that moment, like just took off, and he honestly one of my favorite artists now. You know, he's so talented. He's
so impressive.
Him and Ernest are amazing. Yep. But that's pretty cool. All right, well, I'm not going to leave you hanging much longer. We got our next act tonight. Give it up for Heart Hotel singing his song "Good Try."
Where do you get off telling me I can't? Don't you see I get a good try? You should be on my side, my dear. You can't go around making things alright, but you can surely try. My butterfly, aren't you paranoid? What with all that noise? I want it bad, but not that bad. I won't see it Just you and I is all I need. Catch me up to speed. Are you paranoid? What with all that noise? Want it bad, but not that bad. I won't see it through. You gave it your best, it's a good try, and you won't watch me lose. It's not a good night, it's a goodbye, and I won't see it through. You gave it your best, it's a good try, and you won't watch me lose. It's not a good night, it's a goodbye. Over my eyes, over these tears, it doesn't seem fair, doesn't seem fair, doesn't seem fair, doesn't seem fair. Over my heart, over the years, oh, it doesn't seem fair, doesn't seem fair, doesn't seem fair, doesn't seem fair.
Thank you. Thank you. Heart Hotel, everybody. What's your real name? What's your real name?
My real name's Kale.
Kale.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Kale. Thanks
Nice
for
to meet
coming
you
on.
too.
man.
Wait. You should have stuck with Heart Hotel. That's a badass name.
Thank you.
Heart Hotel is amazing.
Appreciate it.
What would you say your genre is?
I'd say it's somewhere in indie rock.
Yeah, no, I definitely felt that. It kind of was like alternative a little bit too. There's like a little
Yeah,
alt in
I
there.
dabble.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Dean, what do you think? I feel like that was
Yeah.
kind of in your wheelhouse.
Yeah, definitely. It was like I could hear it with a full band, and it sounds like it should be on like the FIFA soundtrack, kind of like as that.
Thank you.
Which will make money, Chandler, if you want to write something
That's a
for
good
FIFA.
take.
But, yeah.
No, dude, you got a really cool falsetto. You got a cool voice, and
Thank
I
you.
will say this, man. And by the way, thank you to everybody that's in here listening. You guys are such an awesome crowd. You're listening to every word. Hey, I appreciate it. Give it up for yourselves. Come on.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
But when you were singing, man, everybody was dialed and like super, into it. It was very quiet. You could hear a pin drop. So that you have that ability to kind of draw people in. So
I
that
appreciate
was
that a lot, man.
That was really
That means a
cool.
lot.
Yeah, what'd y'all think, man?
Yeah, I loved it. I definitely felt that same indie rock vibe, and I could picture it in the soundtrack of a coming of age movie in the background, and that was really really cool. I mean, that's a summer vibe song that I could definitely rock with. So you killed it, Kale. Good job.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
You said summer vibe. I would think more of like I'm in the plane. There's some like rain coming down. Maybe I'm in the car looking out the windows, thinking about life, reminiscing. No, I don't know if this is the right comparison because I have no very what's the word? Musically ignorant in some things, but maybe like a little bit of John Mayer-esque in there, like
Thank
the
you.
voice,
I appreciate that.
like really smooth and
It was
just
great.
like it was very enjoyable.
Your voice and your music is a mood.
Yes.
It's
Thank
a
you.
mood,
Thank you. I
and I
appreciate
think
that a
that
lot.
genres are becoming moods.
Yeah,
And so country and all these genres we say we love are really just moods you're in. You want to drink, you want to party, you listen to a certain type of music, and I think you have a certain type of music that's a mood. And
Thank you.
I was finding myself like a little bit like tranquilized or something. I don't know. It was sleepy, but it was really peaceful. You know what I mean? So you have a peaceful vibe.
I
So
appreciate that.
I would encourage you to make more peaceful music like that. Yeah.
Where are you? So you're from Arizona.
Yeah.
What's your inspiration?
Hey, let's go, baby. Arizona. Hell yeah.
Yes,
What
sir.
part of Arizona are you from?
I'm from Mesa originally.
Mesa. What part of Mesa?
Specific.
Get specific.
It's been so long.
What high school did you go to?
Bella Via. I went to high school in Idaho. I've moved around a lot.
Oh,
but,
okay.
My home base is Arizona.
Let's go. Does your family still live there?
Some of them. For
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm from
My
Scottsdale,
cousins.
so that's why I want to say I'm a big Arizona
You look
fan,
like you
so-
from Scottsdale.
All right, dude. You look like you're from South Carolina, bitch.
Okay. Whoa, pipe down. Wait, but I need to know. So, who's your inspiration growing up?
Oh man, I had a lot of them. The biggest one is probably Radiohead, which is probably a lot of people's.
Yeah.
But they're great, man.
Sick.
Gotta love them.
One last question. I see that you skateboard. What's the biggest hill you've ever bombed?
Oh man, I'm not much of a hill bomber.
What's your best trick?
Even
Even in the past that you've landed.
in the past, probably a fakey big flip.
Nice.
If
Yeah.
you know what that is.
Yeah,
I did that in Tony Hawk once.
Dude, I randomly, a lot of people don't know, I grew up skateboarding. I went to the skate park. My
Yeah,
mom
man.
would
If you
take
grew
us
up
to
in
the
Arizona,
skate
you
park.
skate.
Yeah, my mom would take us to the skate park. We'd go get McGriddle from McDonald's.
Yeah.
You know, very healthy, and then go to school. So we actually went on a skate trip as a family to like Palm Springs and San Diego and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
dude,
So
that sounds like an awesome
yeah, I
trip.
grew up skating a lot, but that's sick, man. Hey, Heart Hotel, everybody, give it up for him. Congratulations, man.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, awesome. So what do you guys think, man? It's kind of an interesting podcast. What's your vibe? What are you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, I've never been a part of something like this before. It's unique. We're getting to hear great music, different vibes, and also having some conversations that are completely uniquely different than the music going on. So it's interesting, and love everyone being here. It's fun doing a live show. It's exciting.
I've done some podcasts, and you'd sit there for an hour and a half and just not stop talking. It's nice to have something to break the conversation and lead it into a new direction. So
I know, and that's what I tell like the guests, the guest host. I'm like, yo, the pressure's not on us. Like the artists are the talent. We're just here to fill the space. It's really cool. It's a bit overwhelming, and I know we talked about you being in Nashville and stuff, and Mac, how long have you been here, by the way? How long have you been in Nashville?
If I can recollect, what year is it now?
2025.
I mean, I think about time different than everyone else, but 2025. So I've been here for about 5 years now.
Okay, but what I was gonna say is the talent in Nashville and the amount of people that are the best from their hometown that move here, and it's overwhelming a bit, and especially you guys are lucky you're not in music. I am. It's like you see these people come up here and just blow you away. You're like, why am I doing this? Like I should quit.
I mean, I've
That's what
seen
Mac felt like when he went to the college camps in high school.
Okay. But I never gave up.
Let's talk a little bit about that. Let's talk a little bit about that. You mentioned Nick Saban was your coach. I just want to know what it was like to be a student of the greatest coach of all time. What was that like?
I mean, that's a loaded question. Shoot, that's a very hard question to answer.
I'll make it easier. What did he teach you outside of football that has developed you into the man you are today?
I would say, so Coach Saban had a great way of telling stories and also cared about us being the best person rather than just the best player, but helping us realize that, if you want to be the best football player, you have to be the best at everything you do. He always used to say a quote by Martin Luther King Jr. that was like, if you want to be a street sweeper, you got to be the best street sweeper you can be. In the sense that like no matter and I went to Coach Saban's camps since like 2007, so I was a ride or die Alabama fan. But at that age, I was like, okay, even if I'm going to take out the trash for my parents, or even the way I talk to my parents, respect my parents, be a brother, be a family member, and be a student in the classroom, got to do it the best of my ability. And the crazy thing is, if you're not doing it right in the classroom, if you're not doing it right off the field, it's going to translate. There's going to be mistakes you're going to make on the field. And I would say most of the guys who started and played for us were guys who were not only extremely talented, but were doing the right things on and off the field.
That's amazing. Yeah. I think I will give you a compliment, Mac. Like, you are one of the hardest working people I've met. And I think you don't think of yourself as that, but, we've had a lot of conversations, and you bust your ass, bro. And social media and business and all these different things that you're involved in, like you take that knowledge you've learned from Saban and you put it into your work ethic and in life and being a man. It's awesome. So I'm proud of you, and it's cool to see, dude. Honestly, you're a good dude. You're a good dude.
I appreciate it, man. I wish I could say the same about you.
Oh shit! Here we go. What a dick. All right, well, why don't you draw the next name?
All right, Adam Dope. No, I'm just kidding. All right, Elisa Smith.
All right. As she gets up here, what is your pre-game playlist? This show's called Playlisted. What does your playlist look like? What do you listen to in the locker room? Pumps you up? Is there something playing in the locker room, or do you put in headphones? Tell us a little bit about that.
I know you had a routine.
Yeah, I had some very weird routines in high school. I used to listen to, in the shower, I'd turn the shower lights off and be in the dark and listen to Mozart and like try to make me think I was doing something good. Like I wanted a routine, so I like made a routine and tried to tell people that it was like sick. But really, people just looked at me like I was a weirdo.
You can't just say some shit like that on a podcast and just brush it over. You listened to Mozart naked?
Yeah.
And,
in the dark.
And
in the dark.
Pretended that it was like some cool routine?
No, look, I didn't pretend, okay? I always wanted to be one of those guys who had a sick routine. So it was like, I might as well, like listen to some classical music, some Mozart, one of the best of all time. You know what I'm saying? Still listen to him to this day. Most probably listen to artists on Spotify for me. But I would listen to him in the shower, in the dark, before games. And there's some truth behind, or not truth, but there's some substance behind it in the way that it would make me feel relaxed. I couldn't really get hyped to it, to be honest. But I think that was part of it. It just kept me even killed. And then during the games, I would do my arms like this, like when I was at the wide receiver position in high school. Give a little bit of that. And people asked me, what are you doing? And I was like, like the orchestra or whatever, the symphony that Mozart made that up completely. It's just
we cannot script this any better. We have our first fiddle on the stage right now, like sound checking as you're talking about Mozart. What is happening? So, all right. So you really thought that, maybe it helped you out. It must have. You played at Bama, but you would listen to Mozart naked in the shower and got you relaxed.
Yeah, I always tried to be because I think guys get too hype. Even Coach Saban used to talk about it all the time. Guys would listen to rap music. They're getting pumped up. They're getting energetic way too early. You got to stay chill and then let that adrenaline release right as the game starts. And so I'd always try to be chill before the game.
All right.
Yeah, not me. I'm listening to murder music. No, I had like somewhat of a routine in college. He Shall Not Be Named. I listened to a lot of Kanye, but we did.
He's canceled. We don't talk about him anymore.
Yeah,
I used to be a big fan too. Fuck that guy.
No, it's terrible. We can't. But I gave that up actually a couple years after that for reasons before. But I'm a little ahead of the curve. No big deal. But I didn't have any real playlist that I stuck to. Usually whatever's playing in the locker room would get me going.
So a lot of rap.
Mostly. I think that's also like your surroundings is gonna. Dictate kind of what you listen to and all that. So that's what's been a big influence on me and my music.
Again, music is a mood. It's not genre based anymore. It's like mood based, and so you gotta get that mood, whatever mood you're facing. You gotta try to get it. All right. Well, we have our next guest up here with our first ever fiddle player. Give it up for Elisa Smith singing her song "Spilled Whiskey."
We were young, we fell in love, climbing trees and scraping our knees. We learned to dance, we learned to get tough, quit our crying over the little stuff. There ain't no use crying over you. But now I spilled my whiskey too, and the tears fall like they do 'cause every wasted drop is a memory. And I'm crying over you and spilled whiskey too. Time had a way of breaking me down. Forgot who I was with you around. Now you're gone and all I wanna do, remember more of me, forget more of you. I remember Mama said, quit you crying. It's just a pill, girl, you ain't dying. But spills ain't got nothing on me. With my broken heart and my right gut of whiskey, ain't no use crying over you. But now I've spilled my whiskey too. And the tears fall like they do, 'cause every wasted drop is a memory. Ain't no use crying over you. But now I've spilled my whiskey too. And the tears fall like they do, 'cause every wasted drop is a memory. And I'm crying over you and spilled whiskey too.
Miss Eliza Smith, everybody, give it up. Wow. First of all, what's your fiddle player's name?
Aaron Bonnie,
Aaron, you crushed it.
friend of many
And
years.
you guys are both a vibe. I mean, you just, I felt like I was on like a front porch listening to like some, it was awesome. Like it was such a good vibe. So yeah, thank you for being the first fiddle player on the show. I appreciate it.
Very welcome.
I'm very honored. Yeah, I'll call you. No, that was really cool. I loved, so the first verse was about how you were kids, right? And then you broke up, and the spilt milk turned into whiskey. I really liked what you did there. Can you explain a little bit about the song and what kind of inspired that song for you?
Yeah, so I have 2 small children, and one day my daughter, she's 2.5, she's very awesome and wonderful. She spilled her milk, and she was just so beside herself that she spilled her milk. And I am a whiskey lover myself, and I get very sad when I spill my whiskey. And so I was like, I feel like there's a song in here somewhere. And so it got me thinking about like crying over spilled milk, crying over spilled whiskey, blah, 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 and then it just kind of popped out.
No, I love that. That's really cool. What's your favorite whiskey?
Oh, Blanton's for sure.
Bland's?
Yeah.
That's what's up. Well, we got a Kentucky guy right here. What do you think? What do you think about the spilled whiskey song?
I loved it. No, I mean the metaphor I picked up on that too. That was really cool. Saying euphemism that I feel like we've all heard forever. That's turned into the adult version was cool. I'm reading your facts. The story behind the guitar is amazing. You're gonna have to share that with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have some background facts. First of all, you went to Harvard.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
That's insane. All right, give it up for that. What a flex.
I didn't flex it. You told them.
Well, that's insane. It says here you got your start when you were a student at Harvard and you met Garth Brooks. He and Trisha were given a talk and asked you on stage to play in front of 400 people. After I told him I had stage fright, he gave me his guitar, and it's the only one you play now. And that is a Garth Brooks guitar.
Yep.
No way.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is very cool. That is very cool. Tell me about Garth. Tell me about Trisha. How did that change your life and kind of where you are today?
Yeah, so I mean, I love to perform ever since I was little itty bitty. I started my first band when I was like 6, and then for my undergrad, I went to Berklee College of Music, and it's a very different place now than it was when I was a student. But it kind of crushed me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, it just crushed me a little, and so I came out of Berklee with just a horrid, crippling stage fright, and I love to perform, but I just like couldn't bring myself like to do this. And so it just so happened when I was a student at Harvard, he came to talk, him and Trisha, about just their life in the music industry. And so during the talk, he mentioned that he still gets stage fright, which like totally floored me. Because I was like, you're playing for like 60,000 people multiple times a week. Like, how on earth? You know, and so at the end of the talk, there was like a Q&A portion. And so I raised my hand and I asked him, like, how do you get over your stage fright to bring yourself up on a stage and sing for people and do what you do? And he asked me my name, and I told him, and he's like, what do you play? And I was like, I play guitar and I sing. And he's like,
That's
what?
so Garth. You ask him a question, and he asks you a question.
Oh, yeah. And he's like, what genre do you play? And I was like, I play country music. And like the crowd kind of giggled, and he gets this like little smile. And he's like, well, this is what we call being baptized by fire. Come on up here and play us a song. And I was like, oh, okay.
Wow.
And I hadn't performed in like, I don't know, like maybe 5 or 6 years. So it was terrible. I was awful. It was like super rusty. It was bad. But so like I waited after everybody cleared out, and I went up to him and I was like, hey, like I don't need an autograph, because he's so nice. He like stayed there for like hours, let people like get his autograph and take pictures. And I was like, I don't need a picture. I'm just really grateful because I think you've really changed my life, and you've reignited something in me that I've had ever since I was a little girl and was kind of put out, and I'm just really grateful. And so he's like, well, I got something for you. And so he gives me a guitar pick, and I was like, that's really sweet. And then he's like, well, you're going to need something to play it with. And I was like, what? And so he takes his guitar out, and he's like, this is the guitar I've been touring with, and I want you to have it. And so
that is
here
so
it
cool.
is in
This
my arm.
is the guitar.
This is it. Yep. This is
Needs a little new wood on there. I see you
yeah,
playing
well,
the shit out of it.
him and his infinite wisdom did not put a guitar, like a pick guard on it. So, and it's very soft top wood. So
that's awesome. Yeah. No, I have a very similar story with Garth, and I was 3 years old, played the national anthem for the Padres, and he was there, and so he's always been my hero and somebody I've looked up to. So I saw your story, I was like, I can't wait to talk about that. And you hear these stories of artists and people, and I'm gonna actually throw the focus for a second to Will. Like, you have a little kid that runs up to you, like an Eliza or like an Austin, that is a huge fan and doesn't realize like you're his hero. And I think that's a little bit weird, but it's heavy. It's heavy to you have to always be on and always kind of give a lot of yourself to people, because you don't know who that Eliza is. You don't know who that person that you can change their life forever, like Garth did for you. And so I guess I'm going to switch the focus for a second. Like, how do you handle that situation? Do you always have to be on, or do you just play it by situation?
Yeah, I definitely feel like anytime you're even in like a setting like this, or if I were to just come out and go to dinner somewhere, like, you have that, chance of meeting someone and where you have to make that impression and be the person. And, for me, I like to think just being myself is enough, but there is that kind of like level that you take it up to a certain bit where, the professionalism goes up a little bit, and that can get exhausting, but it's never the case with the kids. I feel like anytime there's a kid who comes up to you, like, those are the moments that keep things in perspective, and makes you think of the times when you were that same little kid looking up to your hero for that autograph or that picture. So I try to just give them the most time that I can. Those crazy men who want the autographs to resell online, those are different people, but I'm always going to give time to the kids.
Yeah. No, and that's and it's cool that you were in college when this happened. By the way, what a flex! Go to Berklee School of Music and Harvard. God, you're so smart. What are you doing in the music industry?
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Seriously, that's an awesome story. But let's go back to the song. Awesome song. I love your voice. I love the fiddle. I love the vibe. Again, you brought a vibe. You brought an energy. And Mac, what do you think, man? What do you think?
Look, it's hard being the guy after these two guys because they basically say everything I want to say. So I don't want to just sit here and
I'll
regurgitate.
let you start first next.
Everything.
Next person you're starting
You let
first.
me start first, all right? No, the song was awesome, but your story is what's really cool to me because it's like the person behind the songs. And hearing the story, obviously, how you met Garth and got to play in front of all those people, but then also your cooking career, the fact that you love to cook. You said you would be in a cooking career if it wasn't for music, but tell me about that, and how does that like correlate to music as well? Do they cross at some extent?
I don't know. I mean, I love. So I've won some recipe contests, and I've published some recipes, and I love cooking. I just am a very creative person. So whether it's writing a song or making up a recipe, I just love being creative. So I don't know. I don't know if they ever like cross, but it's just kind of an outgrowth of my creativity.
With your creativity, sorry, Austin. With your creativity, awesome. do you do a lot of stuff on socials for your music?
I do, yeah, and I try like different content series just to kind of see what pops and what people resonate with. So I find social media is fun to do that, like try different ideas and see what's fun for people and what people cling on to and what they like.
I think it would be really cool if you showed recipes, did like a little cooking video, showed the recipes, and put your own music behind it.
Do you know what? ChatGPT told me the same exact thing.
Oh, God. People say I'm... Oh, okay.
Well, Eliza, let me introduce you to ChatGPT right here.
Here he is, incarnate.
Yeah. No, Max is social media guru, so I would take what he said over ChatGPT for sure.
It's tough to hear that ChatGPT said the same thing I did.
Yeah.
That means
I literally was like, ChatGPT, show me 3 content series that I could do that would go viral, and that was one of them. And I was actually meaning to do it. I just haven't yet.
Did it say cooking and putting your music behind it, or did it just say cooking?
It said cooking and putting my music behind it. And it went a step further. It was like, and show like your children, which I would never do. But they were like, show your children and like show your family cooking in a kitchen.
Yeah.
Gosh.
No. I think that he's onto something for sure. This is a whole other topic, but social media is a big part of this, and it sucks. But it is, you're an artist. You're a true artist. I can tell. I can just tell by the way you present yourself and the way that you have this amazing. What was your name again? I'm sorry. Aaron Bonnie. The beautiful Aaron Bonnie up here. It's very cool. Like, you don't want to just play a song. You want to give a show, and that's very Garth of you, and I respect it. So, is that song out?
No, so it's going to be on my new album that I'm working on called Perfume, and I'm really excited. I'm starting a Kickstarter for it on March 1st.
Absolutely. Give it up for Eliza Smith, everybody. Thank you so much. That was awesome. First fiddle on the show, man.
I saw the fiddle when we walked in here at like 6:30. They were tuning it and it got me jacked up. That was awesome.
Screw Mozart. I mean, screw rap. You got to have a little fiddle in the locker room, getting you hyped up. That's awesome. Let's keep the show rolling. You want to grab the next name?
Got Chace Saunders.
Chace Saunders. Kentucky boy, by the way. Kentucky boy. UK Wildcat. So, you guys are obviously athletic. Did you play any other sports growing up, or just football, or what was kind of your deal?
I did it all, I feel like. I mean, baseball, basketball, football were the main ones. Connecticut's a big sport. I mean, lacrosse is a big sport in Connecticut where I grew up in, so that I was balancing baseball and lacrosse, but it was
lacrosse?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, no, it was good.
I was watching women's lacrosse earlier at the gym. It was on. It was like the championships.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of dope. Like, it wasn't a thing in Arizona, but I feel like that'd be a fun sport.
Yeah, that's what all my sisters. I got 3 younger sisters. They all played. One just committed to play at Vanderbilt, actually, so she's going to be here in a couple years.
She's going to be here with you.
Yeah.
What's her name? Give her a shout out.
Claire Levis. So
Claire Levis.
Keep an eye out.
Let's keep an eye out for her. What about you, Matt? You play any other sports?
I did. I played tennis, basketball, football, baseball, soccer, golf, swimming.
Were you always into sports growing up? Like, were both of y'all just kind of, was that your just passion, just always?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people think, and a lot of people always told me growing up, if you want to be great at one sport, you have to narrow it down. But the thing is, like, if I have kids someday, the thing I'm going to tell them is, like, play every sport. Because I love, now retired as an athlete, being able to play every sport is a lot of fun, and having skill sets in each of them. But also, I think each and every one of them correlate to different relationships and communities you can build that, made my life the way it is today.
Oh, for sure. We all play golf, right? Like, growing up, playing golf and playing baseball was a huge sin. You're like, do not play golf if you want to play baseball. It screws up your swing. And that's just a lie. And so I wish, for anybody listening with kids, like, get them in everything. Get them in every sport. Figure out what they like. weed out all the stuff. I wish I didn't have that mindset. I wish nobody told me that, because I actually like golf more than I like baseball. But I played baseball, and so because I was afraid to like ruin my baseball swing. But now I haven't swung a bat in 10 years. So it's like, but yeah, I love that advice, man. That's great.
Yeah, no, I did it all, like I said, love baseball. That was really what I thought I was going to play in college. And then going back to what you said, even through high school, one of my biggest regrets is not playing high school basketball. Like I feel like I made the excuse, like, I'm going to go train, get ready for football season, whatever. Don't have time to do that. But like you said, for all the parents out there, don't get into the specialization stuff too crazy. Let the boys play. Let the boys and girls play.
For sure. Well, we got somebody who can play. Hey. We got our first regular on the show. Somebody I'm very excited about. And if you're a fan of the podcast, if you're a fan of the show, you better get excited about this guy. He's about to blow up. Give it up for Chace Saunders singing his song One More Season.
I ain't got a clue what needs to be done. Do I love this life or do I hate what I've become? Should I hang it up, go back to chasing money, driving trucks and bleeding? Or give it one more season. Ignorance was the only thing that ever kept me happy. Now I'm not sure if I believe happiness was meant for me. But God, where did I go wrong? Did you ever really want me to write these songs? But what kind of a man would stand here shaking hands with the Lord and the devil at the same time? 'Cause I will sit and pray for God to take my pain away, but I always end up drinking till midnight. And that's alright, baby, I'll find peace in all those things. 'Cause if I can't shoot back the whiskey, then I can't chase down the drink. Lord, I'm needing to give me one good reason to give it one more season. Never thought I'd be the man falling on his knees. 'Cause I'm a pretty simple guy with a pretty damn good family. When everything around you falls, do you run away or try to save it all? 'Cause what kind of a man would stand here shaking hands with the Lord and the devil at the same time? I will sit and pray for God to take my pain away, but I always end up drinking till midnight. And that's alright, maybe I'll find peace in all those things. 'Cause if I can't shoot back the whiskey, then I can't chase down the drink. Lord, I'm needing you to give me one good reason to give it one more season. Give me any reason to give it one more season, any kind of reason to give it one more season. Give it one more season.
Let's go.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Wow. Chace Saunders. Again, he's getting cocky.
I hope not, man.
But it's
Maybe a little bit.
I mean,
don't throw it, please.
No, here's the thing, and no, you got cocky last week and you're like, give me some feedback.
That's
I'm
true.
Like,
I did.
all right, asshole.
Not this week. I am a dick.
Dude, that song was like the most you, I feel like.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
I think everything kind of came together tonight. I think you mention the whiskey, which you're proud of, being from Kentucky. I get it.
Got it.
But you had a little tone in your voice that was different, and it wasn't so Tom Petty. It was a little bit more, I don't know. It was special.
Just felt a little more natural.
When did you write that song?
Oh, geez. That was like a year, maybe a year and a half ago. And my friend, I was going through just probably some other panic attacks. Been hanging out with Chandler a little too much. And, no, just going.
Were you guys in the same bed having the same panic attack at night, or what?
Just hugging each other.
God.
Anyway.
What a sight.
Yeah, I know. So I was going through some stuff.
Were you big or little spoon?
I don't know. We'll stand side by side later, and you can tell us.
Okay.
So my friend knew I was going through some stuff, and he's like, "You need to write a song about just everything you're going through, and even if you don't like it, just put it all out there, and then maybe you release it, maybe you don't." And so that was kind of where that song came from, about a year and a half ago. Yeah.
I love it. What do you guys think?
I loved it. And
thanks, man.
Kentucky Boys for Life, Chace.
I'm pandering, man. So
I knew you were one of the couples who knew Bell's Cocktail House earlier. So
oh yeah.
Yeah. No, but like Austin said, I haven't heard much of your other music, but it does seem like a very natural song that came straight from the heart, and I think that a lot of us can connect with what you were talking about. I think for me, talking about my faith and something that all of us have struggled with our whole lives, and that relationship that you have with God and working through that to get to where you want to get to was really special. So that's what hit my heart the most.
Well, thanks. That's my prayer, man. That's a prayer straight from the heart in a song.
That's great, man.
You told me you'd let me go first last time.
I'm sorry. I'm going to do it next time. I'm going to do it next time.
No, it was awesome. It was one of the songs that really got me going over here. My leg was like shaking and stuff. Like, I don't know what that's called in the music world. My body's moving, and I don't know how to feel it and shit. But it made my body start moving a little bit, and it was uppity, and I liked it as well because there's a part of it that's like, there's this battle you're going through, and most times in those kind of songs, it's more sad. But like this song got me kind of fired up. I was like, all right, like, I'm going to keep going. You know what I mean? That's the vibe it gave me, the mood it gave me. So
it was a little bit Seven Summers by Morgan Wallen. Right. I had that vibe a little bit. And I know that wasn't
better
the
than
vibe,
that song.
But
it was better than that song. Come on now.
That's one of my favorite Morgan Wallen songs ever. You
don't
like that song?
It's pretty good.
It's not that I don't like that song. I think his song was better.
Oh fire. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Thanks, man.
Let's go. No, I think it had that nostalgia. There's something so nostalgic about you. Every song you sing is nostalgic, but again, I mean, that was fun. I loved it. All right, well, we got a little competition because last week you were here and you said you can solve a Rubik's Cube in less than 2 minutes. So I need the crowd to get really loud for this portion of the show. I got some freaking hype music ready to go. Dean, cue that shit. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Go.
This track is 2 minutes and 15 seconds, so it's a good timer by itself. I'm having a panic attack right now. Me too.
24 seconds in, and he's got that right turn on lock right there. It's looking really nice.
Beautiful execution on that green square turn.
I'm nervous for you. Holy shit. You're 52 seconds. My God, I'm starting to sweat over here for you.
One minute. Looks like some indecisiveness out of it. I don't know if
this music is epic. Let's go. He said, "Oh no." Here we go. Come on. Chace. This is the nerdiest shit I've ever seen in my life.
30 seconds left.
No, you didn't. You got this. Keep focused. Keep on track. You got this, Chace. Holy shit. We've never seen this done before.
Oh my God. It's coming down to it. You forgot it.
5 seconds.
4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my God. What a waste
That
of
has
2
never happened before.
Should we give another
Just
I
change
can't
it to 2
perform under
minutes,
pressure.
20 seconds.
Oh my God.
It's been a problem.
Good thing you're good at music, dude.
I
Holy
suck
shit.
at
You suck at the Rubik's Cube. You know what, dude?
Hey, just keep talking. I'm going to have
Hey,
this damn thing.
yeah.
Can we
Gotta
give one
finish
more
it
chance?
now.
You should have said 3
I'm
minutes.
embarrassed
Why
for
did you say 2 minutes? Yeah, what happened in your brain, dude?
I don't know.
Post-game
you
press
guys
conference.
started like hyping me up and
Yeah, it was
chanting
a
my
lot.
name, and I was like, "This is going to be perfect."
Oh,
and then all of a sudden, I just lost it.
Well,
I practiced this to make sure I could do it under 2 minutes, like multiple times, and then the amount of times I got it under 2 minutes was every time. And then now we're at fucking 4 minutes here. Oh, here we go.
There is
And
pressure.
It is solved. No, it's not solved. Well, fuck me.
It looks pretty good.
This is terrible.
It looks pretty good.
I'm throwing this thing in the trash.
It
when I
looks
get home.
pretty good.
Somebody,
Bring it
somebody
next
mess
time.
with it.
Hey,
I know.
Will
you guys
messed with
took
it.
the
Yeah,
pieces
he
out
did.
there.
He
Is
did.
that
He
regulation? Is that a regulation?
It's not
of Rubik's
regulation.
Cube?
Well, it was. It was.
Wow. Well,
I'll solve it out there for
I
you.
know who I'm not going to ask to solve a Rubik's Cube. So, if you want a critique on this week, learn how to fucking solve a Rubik's Cube, dude.
I've been waiting for some good critiques. That's the first thing. Golly.
Any comments on that performance?
Dude, you
Yeah,
gotta
just-
frame this. This is just like unsolved Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't do it myself. So what's that? I think there was like the joke on the internet or something. Like, would you rather spend a year in jail or however long it takes you to figure out to solve a Rubik's Cube?
Yeah.
I mean, I know what
Yeah,
you,
how do you
but
think
we're
I
all
feel
we're
right
all in jail for a year.
You would have taken a year in jail after that
At
performance.
this point, probably, yeah. Man, that's sad. That's so disappointing. Look at that.
It's okay, dude. You're really
okay.
you're really good at music.
We're
Just,
really good at music.
you have a lot of other gifts.
Thanks, guys. Thanks. Really appreciate that.
Just next time, say you're like really good at horse racing or some shit.
He asked me
Something I
for-
can't bring into the show.
He asked me for my fun facts, and one of them was that I could solve a Rubik's Cube, and one of them was that I couldn't do a pull-up. Right now, I would rather embarrass myself by not doing a pull-up on stage.
It's okay. Well, you know what?
Bring the bar. Yeah.
It's all right.
The podcast loves you. We love you. You're
Thank
a
you for
fucking
having me.
stud.
Yeah.
And amazing song. Hey,
Let's go.
Hey, amazing song. Give it up for
Amazing.
Chace Saunders, everybody.
Yeah.
I've had that sound on this since episode
Oh,
one, and
man,
this is
that
the
was
perfect
perfect
time to use. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Listen.
you get cocky on here.
We've been building this guy up for 5 weeks now. He can take one loss.
It's
He
time
can
to
take
break
one
him
loss.
down. He's 6'4".
Yeah, he's 6'4" and sings like an angel. He'll be
Sings
fine.
like an angel,
He'll be
plays
fine.
guitar, sucks at Rubik's Cube.
We'll
Bring
let you
him
redeem
down.
it.
Build him up, break him down. Build him up, break him down. That's the motto here. Wow.
That was awesome.
That was awful.
That might have been the best. It was awesome to watch. Probably horrible to do.
Dude, I did have anxiety.
I got anxiety. I wish we could bet on that live.
Yeah,
I would have
now
taken
we're
the
talking.
odds. I would have taken.
Double or nothing?
You took the over? You took the over?
Yeah.
No, I would have definitely taken the under. I had a lot of faith in Chace there, but I was like nervous I was just as nervous, if not more nervous. I'm still like shaking from it.
Like Chandler said, Chace was just in a tailspin right there, dude. He was in a tailspin, for sure. Little random subject. Not a lot of people on, in the crowd know about you guys, but I heard you were in the studio recently.
Yeah. I'll start with the story, I guess. So, no, you do. I mean, it's your brother, yeah.
Okay, so Will and I are good friends, and my brother was in town. He lives in Greenville, South Carolina. Huge music guy, can play any instrument, but doesn't have the capabilities or the people around him like there is in Nashville. In Nashville, there's like just so many talented artists, songwriters, producers, and he's just really talented at it. So he came down for a weekend with his buddy, who the correct term is short-statured gentleman is what his buddy told me, but he's a dwarf. And so they were coming down to Nashville, Tennessee, and I wanted Will to meet them. So we all went out to dinner, and I wanted to do something special for my brother. So I hit up someone who I knew was a producer and was like, all right, we're going to go into the studio. I'll pay you whatever I have to pay you. Like, we're going to go in there and do this thing. Don't know if I believe in, like, I believe in my brother, but I don't know. He hasn't given me a lot of music. He hasn't put in all the work all the time. Really, he has. But we all went to dinner, and we told Will we're going to the studio. And then Will's like, you know what? I'm coming along. So we end up, Will, me, a dwarf or a short-statured gentleman, and my brother, who's like 6'5", lanky guy. And we go in this music studio, and we decide we're going to write this funk and groove song. And I'll let you take it from there.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, like you said,
Don't look at me. I wasn't involved in this shit.
Mac's brother is a visionary. He's honestly a really talented individual, and I'd say like the music he does is more like tongue in cheek, like parody kind of type vibe. And he's done stuff from all different genres. And he had just these couple piano chords and just like a chorus verse on this blurry iPhone video from like 2017. And he's like, we're gonna turn this 20-second clip that I have from this talent show in high school into a song. So
What's the song called?
Slippin' and Slidin'.
Oh, no.
So,
No, this is what gets crazy. So, like, I've never really done music. Will's never really done music, to my knowledge.
What's the genre?
funk.
Yeah. It's funk. It's classic funk, groove, soul kind of music. Gets your body just moving in different kind of ways. Makes you want to do things that you don't want to tell your parents about. But yeah, I mean, it was like an incredible experience. We're sitting there, and my brother's like telling the producer, he's like hitting these piano chords. He's like, yeah, hit that one. And the guy's like putting in some stuff in the computer. Then he's playing a guitar. I don't know what the hell's going on, to be honest. And then he looks at us and he goes, y'all need to come up with lines, and y'all need to come up with something in the song. I'm sitting there, I'm like, there's no way Will knows what he's doing or knows what to do. And I've come up with the 3 cheesiest lines in the whole entire song. I proceed to go up there and get shit on for it, immediately get off the mic, and then Will comes up and drops like 20 bars. And I'm like, holy cow, like, this is my buddy. He knows how to play music. Sing and come up with music is incredible. And that night we created a masterpiece.
Yeah, he's downplaying it. Mac's part is it's pretty good, even though it's overlaid with like 4 other people to make it sound better. But
no. They said that when they talked about our voices after, I don't remember what they compared your voice to, but they're like that guy Max like sounds like a Justin Timberlake,
They said it was like
Mars.
a mixture of Fergie and Jesus. Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you what though, I'll make your night. Whenever that song comes out, you got A-listed. Come on, you got A-listed. Yeah. See what it feels like to get A-listed? It's awesome.
It's a pretty good feeling. I'm not gonna lie.
Slipping and Sliding made the A-list. What a title. That's almost as bad as Wet Dream. Jeez.
Banger.
I can't wait to hear it. All right, well, why don't we get the last name out? We got one more name. Draw it out.
Luke Bandy.
Luke Bandy, come on up here. Are y'all having a good time out there?
Woo!
Thank you guys for hanging with us. We appreciate it. Man. I can't wait to hear that song.
It's a tune. I mean, like,
I'm going to be honest. That's crazy.
Like you said, I think Billy and Nate were just, getting the music done while we were just kind of sitting in the corner. They left us to like write the rest of it. So we had like an hour and a half. We were just passing notes around to each other, making it was a whole lot of fun.
That's
and
wild.
definitely want to get in there again and do something else.
Yeah, it was. I'm just telling you, from seeing my brother, who I absolutely love, get the ability to come down here to Nashville, the city that I live in and love, and the people that are here. There's amazing people here, but just seeing him connect with someone and be able to do the thing he loves at a higher level was like a spiritual level of awesomeness.
That's awesome. Oh, that's so cool. So I don't really know. I will tell a story that I heard. So my best friend went to Bama. I have a song called One Summer, and Kevin went to Bama. Connor moved to Tennessee. That's a lyric. But I went to Bama. My first ever college football game was the kick six. I was in the top row. I was wearing all Alabama shit. Auburn people threw popcorn and all kinds of stuff at me. So I hate Auburn. But I also, when I was in Tuscaloosa, saw the nicest cars I've ever seen in my life. All kinds of crazy. This is before NIL, so don't bullshit me. Dude, I saw people walk out of cars that cars that weren't even out yet. They were hopping out of cars that weren't even out yet, and they're in the parent parking lot. I know NIL is a thing right now, but were you a part of NIL at all?
Yeah, I had the last year.
So you had the last year, so we're going to talk about that in a second. Were you a part of it at all?
No, but
Okay.
there were some good-looking cars in the parking lot.
So yeah, dude, you know what I'm talking about. The parent parking lot, I saw insane cars. Tell me about. And by the way, I was there. Number 6, I can't remember who it was. It was a backup quarterback. Had his number engraved in the wheel of his sick ass Charger or something. Anyways, explain to me a little bit about NIL, what your thoughts are on it, how it wasn't a part of your career, but how it was for the last year for you. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I think the whole NIL thing, I think players should be compensated to a certain extent because the university is making just so much money. But I think people forget about the amount of things the university does for us. Like at Alabama, it was chartered flights. It was meals every day. It was equipment. It was just, the list goes on and on about the things they did for us. And the education, which I think people forget about a lot. So I think they did, in my opinion, NIL little, maybe not too soon, but it was just like they did it to do it and get it done. And now it's kind of a shit show. I don't think anyone has a solution. I definitely don't have a solution for it. But I think it's all over the place. And I'm glad guys are getting money for what they're bringing to the university. But I think it's just all over the place and needs to be kind of fixed and done a little bit differently.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel the same way. I think that, players, all student athletes should deserve to be compensated in one way or another. But I'm not educated too well on how it all works. I think it's also like I'm a little butthurt. I missed out on it. So like I'm not too knowledgeable just with the ins and outs of it. But, it is tough, like seeing a kid make 7 figures as a 17-year-old who hasn't even touched the field in college, when dudes are, have been playing for as long as they have in their 4th year in the league, who are minimum, contract. So I feel for the guys that like were the big heads and like the 2010 era who really missed out on it 100%.
What do you think Tim Tebow's NIL
seriously?
deal would be?
Yeah, no, I mean,
honest question,
couldn't even put a number to it. Seriously, I'd say like in the between $5 and $10 million. Seriously, like
Johnny Manziel,
right around the same. Yeah, crazy. But yeah, I mean, it's good that the motion is it's starting to get into motion, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done.
There's a lot of kinks that need to be worked out for sure. But I just had to ask. You guys are football guys. I don't really know. NIL is kind of this weird thing. You got to ask about it, but I mean, I don't think anybody really knows. That's the problem. It's like
for sure.
It's a black hole. All right, we got our final guest of the night. You ready to go?
I'm ready.
Let's go. Everybody give it up for our next guest, Luke Bandy, singing his song, Denim Skies.
Standing in tall grass, contemplative, forking the pathway that I'm facing. Don't know exactly what I'm chasing. Oh, but I can dream. Take a good long look there around you. You know everything's as it should be. You like to rush, avoid the waiting, but I don't wanna crash. How long will it take you to find me without comfort? Don't know my surroundings. I've got nothing to lose, and neither do you. I'm lost, so gone. Won't you come and find me? Ooh. Ooh. The weight of the world, it makes me shudder. Look at the denim sky and wonder. I've got nothing to lose, and neither do you. I'm lost, so gone. Won't you come and find me? I just wanna open up. I just wanna feel your love. I just wanna open up. I just wanna feel your love. I feel the warmth of sun on my skin. It takes the edge off like you used to. I see the waves down the beach still crashing. First time I've had peace. First time I've had peace.
Thank you. Luke, Bandy, everybody. All right, Matt, you go first.
Luke, it was.
Finally let you go first. It's great.
I know. Finally. I mean, the guy listened to me for once. Sorry, Austin. No, I think that the song that you just played kind of. Look, I'm one of those guys who I listen to music and I'm not don't have all the tools or anything to be able to like really think about it at a higher level. Yeah. But it was cool how you were the ending song because it just kind of put a vibe on the whole night. It's been a lot of fun and it's been awesome. I just want to thank you for playing your song and then thank everybody for coming out. And this is a great experience being up here. Austin, obviously you inviting us up here, but just kind of was one of those songs. It's like the outro, kind of makes me feel like it's at the ending of it, but it was good and. You did an awesome job up there.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I definitely think it was a fitting outro song, and I think the title alone kind of got me thinking right away, Denim Skies. I don't know what you were thinking, but I'm thinking like the period of time right before it gets dark, like that dark blue sky, and it's that kind of time of the day where things are winding down and kind of goes along with the story too, and I just thought that was pretty beautiful, and I thought you had a good voice, and caught yourself there a couple times and you bounced back well, but overall I thought it was a great performance and I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, what's the story behind that song, man?
Yeah, so I mean I wrote that there's kind of every verse is a little bit different, so it's kind of like representing a different kind of inspiration for me, so it's the whole song is about a lot of different things, but I wrote that when at a period in my life where I went through like a really bad breakup, but also was like struggling with like kind of my faith at that point, but also just like becoming, an adult and like pursuing music and doing all this stuff and trying to pursue my dreams and everything just feels off kilter. But the chorus, is kind of like this. I don't really know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm at yet, but I am still at peace with it. And so all of like the nature imagery and like the verses and some of the verses. Is just like really the places I wrote it that I felt like I could, kind of connect to the piece of just being okay with how things were going, even though
for sure.
Not
What
everything was
kind of
great.
genre would you say you are?
I'm all over the place, man. This song's like pop folk, I would say. I'd say indie pop as a blanket statement because I also make like funk music and soul music, so it's like it's all over the place.
That's cool.
But yeah.
I mean, yeah, I would say I want to hear like the production of that song for sure. I wasn't super like I wished that the hook got me a little bit more. It didn't rhyme, which I don't need it always to rhyme, but like it said I'm lost so you won't find me. What was the line before that?
Lost So You Won't Find Me. That
was that like it was like the pre or something. I don't know. There was a part of the song I wrote it down because it like
the chorus, or?
It just didn't. I don't know. It didn't like hit me the way I wanted it to. But it doesn't mean it wasn't right. It was just a personal choice. But yeah, dude. I mean, I think I would love to hear the production of that song. I think is it produced yet? Is it out?
Yeah, it's out. If y'all want to listen to it, it's on Spotify. So just look up Luke Bandy on Spotify, and
cool.
It's out there. And I wrote it with a friend of mine, and so she's featured on it, Gabrielle Irene, and she's a great singer too.
Nice.
But
where are you from, man?
I'm from here, man. East
You're
Nashville.
from Nashville? Let's go.
Yeah,
East
okay.
Nashville. Hell yeah.
Born and raised.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, dude, thank you for coming on, man. We appreciate you. And,
of course.
And, yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. We're going late, but you kind of summed it up, dude. You summed it up very well, Mac. Any last final thoughts for the show? And by the way, thank y'all so much for coming out. We really appreciate it. And, it's the beginning fetal stages of this podcast, so for you to be here means a lot because I know that hopefully you'll tell a friend, tell another friend, and hopefully one day we have a line out this place trying to get in, and this playlist and everything can change lives. And my mission from the very beginning was to have independent artists on here to just give them a spot, give them a chance to play their music. And you know, it's so hard. It's so hard in this town. Everybody's so good. You're not competing with like a normal crowd. You're competing against the best of the best. You're in the NFL here in Nashville. You really are, and it's intimidating. But I hope that this show and this podcast gives people a chance to be heard. And so I don't know. Thank you guys for being on. What are your thoughts? I just want to know what you think, honestly.
I mean, I talked to Will on the way here, and I was like, man, it's badass. First, I've never done a live show thing like this before, and I think it's a badass idea, as well as the fact, like, look, you got like a podcast going on, but you're also showcasing different artists. And I think, too, shout out to just all the artists who come and perform. You know, it's like... Obviously, going back to one of the songs that was already sung, but stages, everyone's at different stages, and the fact that people are willing to come out here, get on stage, and at any level, whether there's like 10 people out there, or 100 or 1,000, I really look at that and I'm like, damn, that's awesome to see people come out here, perform, and put themselves out there at any level. And, you know, glad I got to be a part of it and see that tonight, and had some good times, fun times, and hopefully we did all right up here. Not the best music background.
You guys crushed it.
Yeah,
bro.
no.
You guys crushed it. What do you think, man?
No, thank you so much first for having us. Like I said, I was definitely nervous and didn't know or trust myself to critique anybody correctly. But no, I had a great time with y'all, and if anything, I got some artists now to look forward to listen to in the future. So
hell yeah, dude. Well, we'll be bumping some of them in the Titans locker room. But hey, give it up for Will Levis and Matt Hereford. Thank you guys for being on here. You guys are freaking awesome. It's Playlisted, baby. Come on.